Hi Barb, thank you so much for having me here today. This is the most beautiful place and it matches you because you look lovely as ever. And I'm just delighted to be here with you
Deborah,
today.
I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you. You've been a long-time supporter of everything in Venice, but I know the libraries, and we're thrilled to have your support again on the new William H. Jervey Jr. Venice Public Library. And tell me what is really exciting you about this new library.
I am just thrilled that it's going to be state-of-the-art and everybody from the area is going to use it. It's going to be so welcoming to everyone, to all ages, and I'm especially interested in the children's area, but also for the teenagers. This will be unique, I think, among libraries in our area to have an area for the teenagers.
And it's a wonderful large space that we've certainly never had before, so that is exciting, and everything that the children will have, that having an outdoor garden thanks to a lot of your involvement, and just, yes, it will be so accessible for everybody. And I know the children and the teens are a particular interest of yours, and you've been really supportive of that. Do you want to talk a little bit about?
Well, I have been interested because my children were raised here, and we spent a lot of time in the library. And of course they would walk there after school because all the schools were in a line back in the long time ago. We had the elementary and the junior high and the high school all in a row. And so many children walked over after they were having their school day and came to the library. So I wanted that to be a special focus.
One of my things that I enjoy so much now is hearing about from people, adults, who, even some of our board members, who walked over to the library after school as children, and I think that's thrilling that there's that continuity.
It's sort of a second home.
Yes, yes, it really is.
Which is wonderful.
And we're going to have this wonderful children's space with the contribution that you've made too. So, what prompted that particularly for you?
I think because my mother-in-law was so interested in teaching children. She was a poet, and she taught drama and poetry and English to children in North Carolina.
Oh, wow.
And she was Poet Laureate of South Carolina.
Oh, my goodness.
And I just have a few of her books right here.
Oh, that's great.
My favorite is Children Are Poetry.
Oh, what a wonderful title. Yes.
And there's a reference, one of the poems has to do with my husband when he was a baby.
Oh.
And it's called Hands.
Oh, yes.
And it's just so sweet. Do you want me to read it?
Yes, I would love that.
I'll try to read it, but I can't do it the way my mother-in-law could. My dear, our son has found his hands. He spreads them out like small, fat fans, then balls them into a rosebud fist with tight little strings tied at the wrist. Soon he'll find they are the key that fits a world of mystery, the feel of round and square and flat, the softness made of kitty cat, the something squishy in his bowl, the something poked inside a hole. Someday these hands he's now admiring will yield to the tender, sweet desiring that makes us touch each other's hands beneath the hymn book as we stand in church. My dear, so much of life awaits their eager touch.
Oh, that's so lovely.
Isn't that sweet?
Yes, it really is so moving. Well, I mean, he obviously was really excellent, and that's just really touching.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So in North Carolina, in Brevard, North Carolina, as a legacy to my mother-in-law, my father-in-law and the family gave a children's room to the new library in Brevard, North Carolina. And I just felt that this was my opportunity to continue her legacy and my husband's legacy in our beautiful new library.
Oh, so I think that's really wonderful, and you are perpetuating that whole tradition there, and that's so great, and the children will love it. And having an opportunity, you know, the new library is going to have even an outdoor space, a safe outdoor space for children.
Which is wonderful, because most of the time our weather is so wonderful here that they can be outside, and it's not as hot in the school year time as it is in the summer, so they'll enjoy that. Because they like, and right after school too, they want to move, they want to keep active, and that will allow them to do that and not have the situation where years ago when everybody would say, shh. Children don't like that.
No, they want to be able to play. And that's a real difference, I think, over my fairly long life in libraries. And now, instead of being a place where you were quiet and reverent and you picked out a book, now it's an activity, it's a social hub, it's a place where everyone can get together, and certainly the children's programs are lively and energetic and so different than I think what people used to think of with libraries. And I think that's really exciting too.
Yeah, it's going to be wonderful.
Yeah,
can't wait.
I know. I really can't wait. Yes, and it's really thanks to you and the wonderful support in our community that we've got this kind of library.
My pleasure.
So
I'm just so glad that I could participate.
Me too.